on to investigate.
Congressman Adam Smith represents Washington, including parts of Seattle. We're happy to have him join us today. Congressman, thanks so much for coming on. So I've repeatedly heard Democrats say the phrase Chinese corona. Oh, of course. The phrase Chinese coronavirus is racist. I've heard that several thousand times now. If I lived in Seattle and I heard someone use that phrase, would I be encouraged to call 911 to report it?
Look, the most important thing we can do right now, Tucker, is deal with the virus comprehensively. And what I'm concerned about is to get us back to work. And look, right now, we don't have the testing regime. And look, I think we can do this as a country, but the partisan back and forth, that's not going to get us there. Right now,
I agree.
Socially distancing. As you just reported in Florida, they have now issued a stay-at-home order. They're doing the social distancing. They're doing it because of the threat of the virus. What I really hope that you and other leaders at Fox News within the Trump administration focus on is really marshaling the power of this country to get the testing regime that we need, to get the production of PP and all that.
I get it. Do this every night, but hold on. Wait, just with respect, I want to ask you what's happening in your district right now, and one of the most important people in your district.
What's happening in my district right now is people are locked down.
Let me ask you a specific question. Okay, so people are stuck at home. Society is fraying. They're letting criminals out of jail. They're not enforcing crimes. And the police chief of Seattle is saying to call 911 if you hear something you don't like. I'm asking you point blank, how does that help? How does that help? It's not a partisan question.
That doesn't help. But what is more important, in my view, is how we respond to the virus. And look, I want to get past this sort of, back and forth partisanship, who was wrong, who was right. I want to actually marshal the resources of this country to confront the problem. We've started to do some things right, but the only way we get back to work, we get back to school, we rescue the economy, and we protect health is by comprehensively manufacturing all of the healthcare equipment that we need so we can handle whatever surge comes, and crucially, get the testing going forward. We have not ramped up the production of testing to test people not just for whether or not they have the disease, but for whether or not they've had the disease. Because then you can determine who to isolate.
I couldn't agree more, and I've said, okay, I get it. I've said this every night in the show, I get it.
Is so crucial. We don't get it. I watched the first part of your show. I guess I didn't hear that part. Collectively, as a country, we don't right now get it, and it is the most important thing we are facing.
I get it. I understand that.
But
there's also a level beneath that called the country, and there are, I agree with you. There are also 320 million Americans in this country. A lot of them are sitting at home, and they don't want to see their neighborhoods. This isn't a macro question, it's a micro one, the most important question. They don't want to see their neighborhoods fall apart. And I'm just wondering, why are people taking, it's not a partisan point, why are they taking this opportunity to release criminals back into the community and prevent people from defending themselves? In your state, you can't go to a gun store. Like, what is that? Speaking of partisan behavior, that's partisan behavior.
Well, actually, what that is, you can't go to any store right now except to pick up food, basically. So I don't agree that that's partisan behavior. But look, what we're trying to do is we're trying to figure out social isolation. And I don't agree with every decision that's been made, right, left, liberal cities, left cities, red cities, blue cities. But like I said, what I want to focus on is how we can come together to confront the problem and focus on the real threat there. And that is the real threat. Look, I mean, decisions are being made about who should be incarcerated. We still, if it makes you feel better, Tucker, even in King County in the state of Washington, we still incarcerate more people on a per capita basis than just about any other place in the world. So we are not falling behind on locking people up. What we're falling
That's not a measure that tells me anything.
It's testing for
what do you incarcerate and enforcement? Look, I'm with you on the testing. Unfortunately,
I guess maybe you can agree on that. Well, then let's start delivering that message.
Pushing for that every single day. I push that message every day.
Yeah.
But there are
I hope you continue, and I hope you deliver that
threats.
message to the president, because the president needs to hear it.
Yeah, got it. Thank you, Congressman. Good to see you.
Thank you, Tucker.
Just ahead, we're going to talk to Dr. Siegel on new potential cures to treat the coronavirus. But